Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Susan McDonald. I live in Melbourne in Australia, and I'm very excited to be hosting this Zoom tonight. I want to give you all a very, very warm welcome. It is such an exciting time in our business, particularly for Indian people, because in just a few months, one of the fastest growing beauty and wellness markets in the world will be opening its doors to new skin. And as most of you know, India is home to over 1.4 billion people, a booming middle class, and a passion for beauty and wellness. And if we look past the numbers, from my perspective, it is the warmth and the energy and the entrepreneurial drive of the Indian people that really inspires me and our company and makes this chapter so, so exciting. So I would just like to share my screen with you. Sim, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Sorry, my Zoom has disappeared off my screen. Of course it has, just to make it exciting. So bear with me while I find it. We always say keep calm and carry on, right?
Yes, I'm talking, but you couldn't hear me because my audio was off. But yes, everything will be fine.
All right, here we go. I found it. I was hiding in the background, everybody. Can you see my screen?
Yes, all good.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. All right. All right, just making sure you can still see my screen because I just moved it.
It's probably better now. Yeah.
Sorry, yes, I muted myself, yes.
All right, fantastic. Now that you can see it. Okay, well, before we dive in, I would love to introduce you guys to my co-host, Dr. Alfeen Varghese. And together we're going to take you through exactly who New Skin is, the products we have, including what's coming to India, and how our business model works so that you can see how we make money and how you can be a part of it. It's such an exciting moment. And the fact that you're here tonight means that you could be part of the very first wave of leaders in India. And we can't wait to show you what's possible. So, to introduce Alfeen, Dr. Alfeen is a highly respected general practitioner. She's an empowerment coach and a strategic leader. She has served as a medical director and mentor to many in the healthcare industry, and she is very well known for her expertise in clinical research, team building, and personal development. And most of all, she is a wonderful human being, and we are so, so lucky to have her join us this evening. Alfeen, welcome. And I would love you to share a bit about yourself and what drew you to partner with New Skin.
Thank you so much, Susan. It's wonderful to be here. I've always loved meeting up with you and chatting with you. You come across as a very warm and a personable individual, and you came highly recommended to me by Karen. So
Why,
I
thank
couldn't
you.
go wrong there.
Thank you.
Uh, a little bit about me. I was born and raised in India, did my graduation in medicine, post-graduation in general medicine as well, and was working in a mission hospital for a couple of years. And then we moved to the UK. I then changed my, I would say, so as my path from general medicine as to being a hospital physician to then moving on to becoming a general practitioner. So I did my training in the UK, trained to be a GP, worked there for a couple of years, and then moved to Australia and have been living here since 2008. We've had a couple of businesses, a large medical center, allied health and specialist clinics. We've done a couple of other business uh, enterprises as well. And right now I am retired from clinical practice and work as an empowerment coach, a team building consultant. I work as a DISC personality profile consultant, and then empowerment coach, quite a mouthful. So yeah, living the Gold Coast and enjoying the sunny weather.
Well, that's so interesting. And this is a bit of an aside. I didn't know that you did disc profiling. I used to do that in my business many,
Aha.
many years ago.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so interesting. So
It
yeah,
is.
I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to talking more about that when we catch up.
sure.
And so my story is I was born in Northern Ireland. We moved to Australia when I was only 4. We lived in a migrant hostel, and then my mum and dad bought a house in the hills in Victoria in a place called Upwey. And I think I was destined from a very young age not to be employed by somebody else because when I tried working for somebody else, I really, really didn't like it. I found it incredibly frustrating that I couldn't be the one making the decisions about what was going to happen and that I didn't have any control over my own life.
Mhm.
So, at a very young age, I think I was 22, I set up my first business, which was a computer training company. And
Mhm.
soon after that, I set up a recruitment company, which I absolutely loved. I've actually been partnered with New Skin for the past 10 years. And the reason I joined New Skin is I was looking for something that gave me the opportunity to have a flexible lifestyle because I had recently been through a marriage breakdown and, I just wanted to be around for the kids. So they were just entering the ages of 10, 11, 12. They're now quite grown up. But yeah, I just wanted to be there for them. And I heard about New Skin from a friend who was very brave and told me about it. Her husband's a dentist. She worked in facial aesthetics, and I trusted her. And anyway, so I looked at the company. My dad is a microbiologist, and so I spoke to my dad about it, and we were both a bit skeptical, and so I decided that I would go over to New Skin and check out the company. I had the opportunity to do that. I was very lucky. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. But really, for
Mhm.
me, it's been absolutely incredible. I've never looked back. It's been an amazing 10 years and it's given me so much opportunity to just live life on my own terms and
Wonderful.
not on somebody else's terms.
That's so good.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm incredibly fortunate and I just love sharing the opportunity with other people.
Mm.
So, one of the things, when we talk about starting a business, no matter what country you're in, is
Mhm.
that you want to make sure that, you're doing something that is meaningful to you and thinking about what you're looking for. So, I was just saying, I wanted something that was flexible, that would give me a great income, that would allow me to work from home, something that
Mhm.
I really believed in, a company with integrity. What
Yeah.
about you, Alfeen?
When I look at anything that I do, it's always purpose driven. If I
Mm,
feel I'm empowering someone with the knowledge that they at that point don't lack, so it's my job, or I'm very service minded. I feel
mm,
that it's my job to then give them the opportunity to understand things and form a community and build relationships. So for me, that is the main aspect that I'm looking for in any business. I always
that makes
think,
sense to me.
yeah, and then the money comes. Money comes when you always work with your heart and with a passion and with something that you're really interested in and passionate about, everything flows into place.
Completely agree. And
Yeah.
so, for those of you who are on this call, what is it that you're looking for? Because I feel like with India launching very soon, just a couple of months, there's never been a better time to think about, what this could mean for you and what it
Yeah.
could mean for people that you know.
Mhm.
And when we're talking about a new business, the other thing that's really important to consider is making sure that it is in line with trends that are happening in the marketplace. So these are the global mega trends, and New Skin, our company, is aligned with all of them. So the
Mhm.
first thing is this, technology aspect called the IoT, the Internet of Things,
Yeah.
and artificial intelligence, which I'm sure everybody has heard about. Everybody is probably using ChatGPT, and if you're not, you definitely should have a look at it because it's very helpful and it saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
And so the companies that we are partnered with, one of them is called Full Power AI. It's
Mhm.
one of the world's leading AI companies. And what's really interesting about this partnership is that Full Power AI only offer one exclusive partnership with one company in each industry. So, for example, they're partnered with Nike, they're partnered with Samsung, who I'm sure we would all agree are global giants.
Yeah.
And they actually approached us. They approached New Skin to offer us exclusivity in the beauty and wellness space. And of course, we also have a fantastic partnership with Infosys, who I'm sure a lot of you have heard of.
Yeah.
They are a leading IT powerhouse in India, absolutely amazing company.
Yeah.
Um,
Very reputable. Very reputable.
Yes, yes, listed on the New York Stock Exchange and doing fantastic things in the digital space in particular.
Mm.
And also we've got, based on AI, we have an amazing skin analysis software, and we also have this really exciting new piece of health technology that we're going to tell you more about a little bit later.
Yeah.
And now the other trends here, wellness and beauty. So New Skin has an all-round, like a 360-degree approach to helping people feel, look, and live their best. All of our products are unique and they are results driven. So everything we have is heavily steeped in research and science, which I love with
Yeah.
my background, and I'm sure you do too, Alfeen.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. We've pioneered some amazing trends in epigenetics and in longevity. We've got continuous innovation, social commerce, another huge trend that I'm sure everybody is aware of because pretty much everyone is online these days. And then
Mm.
we have the gig economy, which is a huge trend because people are looking for extra income. They're looking for ways to make money that don't involve the traditional 9 to 5. And,
Yeah.
like I personally, I'm sure you would all agree, I think it's great that most people are now realizing that they don't actually have to work until they're 65 or 75 before they can retire and enjoy life. They're looking for more balance. They're looking for different ways to build something that is flexible in their life. So, all of these trends we are in alignment with.
Mm.
Which of those trends spoke most to you, Alfeen?
You know what? All of them. I'll start with the last one. I mean, we retired, my husband and I retired from clinical practice. I mean, we had a few things going on, but we were quite comfortable in retiring from an active job or a work environment. I
Mhm.
think a couple of years ago. Yeah. And so we've got multiple businesses and we're doing all of that with a passion that because we love what we're doing. But
Yes.
also, if I had to think about that 30 years ago when I graduated from medicine,
Mm,
uh, never would it have crossed my mind that I would ever stop working in medicine and
mm,
stop working as a doctor,
mm.
have a
Yeah.
stethoscope around my neck and work. That
Mm,
would never have crossed my mind. But now
mm,
you see there's an increasing trend of people not hustling away, but doing side things around their life that actually brings in both a combination, a balance of lifestyle and income. That's,
yeah.
and I think for people starting younger in their lives in this particular business, or even at the age that I am, really, it offers so much more than a regular 9 to 5 job.
Absolutely agree. And I think a lot of it is about, being open-minded. And I know when I first came across New Skin, look, I'd never heard of New Skin before. I had no idea what it was. I'd kind of heard of, network marketing and things like that, but I didn't really know what it was. And I definitely had a lot of questions. And some of the questions that I had were related to, well, you know what? Who is this company? What do they
Yeah.
stand for? What are they all about?
Mm.
So, yeah, I did a lot of research on that. New
Mhm.
Skin have been around actually now for, well, 41 years now in
Yeah.
June.
Mm.
We're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So, what that means is that we are transparent. Everything we do has to be reported. So, things like the revenue that we make statements about, things like the compensation that we talk about that we pay to our distributors, it all has to be honest and above board because it is reported. And I love that.
Yeah.
We have incredible products that we'll talk about in a minute. We have a lot of scientists, many of them are PhD level, and we are open in 48 countries, soon to be 49, with
Yeah.
India coming on board, which is just incredible. And one of the things that I did, I mentioned before, was I went to America. I went to New Skin, and
You actually went to New Skin
I
in Provo.
I went to Provo. Yes, I did. I did. And actually, I went with my lovely friend and teamie who's on here tonight, Simone. And it was amazing. Like the company, I mean, apart from the fact that it's huge, it's like it almost fills an entire city block if you
Mhm.
want to try to imagine it.
Yeah.
But we were able to sit down and talk to the scientists. And I think this is one of the things that makes New Skin really unique is that, it doesn't matter, who you are, what level you're at in the business, they're very, very happy to talk to you and
Mm.
to share. So yeah, I went to New Skin.
And that's the thing. I mean, I haven't been there myself, but just picking up the phone and speaking to someone who is in a position of authority, who can talk to you about products, like that kind
Mm,
of access is so wonderful. It's such a good framework to work with. It means that, people are open. They are, they don't mind whether you've been with the company for 6 months or 16 years.
mm,
You have questions, they will answer your questions for you.
agreed. It's
Yeah,
quite refreshing, isn't it?
absolutely. Mm.
And another thing I love that really speaks to my heart
Oh,
is that,
yes.
yeah, New Skin
Yeah.
is all about giving back. So we're not just about helping people look, live, and feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's what our business is all about. But New Skin really wants to help people who are less fortunate, who don't have the ability to help themselves for one reason or another. So, one of the ways that we do this is through something called the Nourish the Children program.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that. I'm proud to be a part of that. So we've donated over 850 million meals to malnourished children. And one of the places that we focus on is Malawi.
Mm.
And a really great achievement, not just New Skin, but other organisations. But we've taken Malawi from having one of the highest death rates due to malnutrition to now being one of the lowest.
Yeah.
And the reason that I'm telling you guys this is because New Skin are also going to be doing some type of initiative like this in India. So New Skin really, they want to make sure that they make a lasting impact in a really positive way
Yeah.
by doing something to give back and empower people. So yeah, stay
Yeah.
tuned for more information on that.
It's about leaving a legacy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, exactly. And
Yeah.
obviously there's great revenue to be made and lots of people we can help with opportunities, but yeah, giving back is also really important.
Yeah.
All right, so in terms of our products, we have the most incredible products. We have three main categories, so health and wellness solutions, beauty and wellness devices. We're number one in the world for that, and we have been for 7 years, and also skincare and personal care. And I love that in this business, you can follow your passion. So the ones that are on the screen here, and we have different products in different markets around the world, and we'll be seeing some of these products in India. But also, I'm excited to share more a bit later about the products we will have in India and why we've chosen those particular products. And just a quick word on the devices. We have been number one here for 7 years, as I mentioned, and devices is actually a 20 billion US dollar market. And it's going to grow to about $100 million in the next 7 years. So it's huge. And New Skin actually dominates this space. Alfeen, which did you come into the business on products or what happened with you?
I actually came in with product. I mean, no, with the devices. I forget. Yes, it was
Ah,
devices. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Look, I was aging quite rapidly. I had a chronic disease and a lot of inflammation in my body. And
Mm,
I was on supplements already that for the last 5 years because of that journey that I had undertaken. So I didn't think I needed supplements, but my face was aging very rapidly. So much so that if I look at a picture of myself from November 2023, when I first got introduced to this, I can't believe that that was me.
wow.
I'd lost so much collagen. My skin was looking gray. I couldn't
Mm.
step out of the house without makeup because that was how I felt I needed to wear makeup every day. Whereas previously, I didn't wear makeup. I just have a moisturizer on and sunscreen and go about my day. Um,
Wow. I
but I
can't
didn't,
even imagine
yeah,
that. It's
I
so
didn't
it's so
recognize.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize that till actually my husband introduced me to Karen, and then yeah, he got the box of devices for me, saying very gently, introducing me to the
introduced you.
devices.
Yeah,
I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it for 6 months because I didn't think I needed it.
And I can't
Yeah,
imagine. I can't imagine. You'll have to show me one of those photos one day because I really can't imagine that.
I will. Yes, I started with the devices and then later on realized that, the company has such amazing products in terms of supplements and then moved to the supplements as well.
I understand what you mean. It's funny because, I was saying before, my dad's a microbiologist, and, I was actually brought up in a home where I was told that supplements didn't work. And
Yeah.
look, really, as we both know, for the most part, they don't.
Mm,
But
mm.
these ones actually do, and there's reasons for that. But without going into that in detail, I know we'll talk a bit more about it later. I just wanted to share a little bit about some technology that we have in the business that nobody else has. So this is called the S3 biophotonic scanner. It's Nobel Prize winning technology that non-invasively measures the level of carotenoid antioxidants in our body. And carotenoid antioxidants we get from our colorful fruit and vegetables, and they are a really, really important biomarker of health. And unfortunately, most people don't eat enough fruit and vegetables. And even if they do, we can't necessarily get everything that we need from our diet, unfortunately, these days. So this is very unique. Nobody else has this. And what it means is that we can prove, we can measure, we can prove that our supplements do what they say they are going to do. And also, I find it really fascinating that different countries have, let's call them, unique strengths and weaknesses in terms of the vitamins and minerals
Mhm.
that they have available to them. And these are often influenced by things like their diet and the nutrient quality of their soil. So we're going to hear a little bit about that a little later from Dr. Alfeen. And the other thing is the picture there that says Prism IO. That is something really special that's going to completely disrupt the health and wellness space. And
Yeah.
India is going to be one of the first countries to have access to this health tech. It is huge. I can't even explain to you how massive that opportunity is. No other company in the world is able to do what we do.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at some results. So there's only a couple of slides about these. I could show you guys hundreds of thousands of results, but this is just to show you the difference that the products make. So visible differences in terms of beauty. This is, results from collagen, results from our Lumi Spa. Absolutely phenomenal. And then we've got also our nutritional products, so sort of wellness products, health and wellness. And this one's from a product called TRME. And I know sometimes with these products, you don't necessarily see the difference, but you'd certainly feel the difference. And Dr. Alfeen, I would love you to share your story about the difference they've made for you.
So when I first started with the supplements here, I wanted to know why I should change from being on my 21 supplements to something from New Skin. I was on them for 5 years because my rheumatologist had recommended that I go on them, but
Hmm.
it hadn't made much difference to me. I have had chronic fatigue, which meant that I had to rest for a couple of hours if I needed to have the energy to do something for the next couple of hours. But I'd accepted that as part of my life story. It was
Hmm.
when I got my carotenoid scores level checked, and it came up to be about 29,000, which was on the lowest end of the spectrum.
Mm.
And so I've always been open to trying out new things. And so I looked at the supplements, researched it for a couple of months before I realized that yes, one, they've got micro dosing. So it's not that these supplements are heavily packed with all the recommended daily allowance. The doses are so minimal, but it's also bioavailable. So the ingredients were put in such a way that they were available for the body to absorb them completely.
Mm.
And
Mm.
the company had a guarantee that there were some supplements that if I took for 3 months and if my levels didn't go up, they'd give me a full refund. So I thought, I have nothing to lose. I have done something for 5.5 years. Why not try these supplements? So I started on them, not thinking too much about it. And 3 months later, You won't believe it. I stopped having my morning and my afternoon naps. I had energy. I was not going to bed at 8:30 at night. I had
Wow.
so much energy that throughout the day I was able to do whatever I wanted to do. And my scores were reflecting of that, of what I was feeling. Because sometimes
Mm,
you take supplements and you think it's all, it's all in your head. Are you taking
mm.
placebo?
Yes.
For me, I was able to then scan myself 3 months later and see that I'd hit 46,000.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Exactly. And then a couple of months, and then 2 months later, right now, I've hit 66,000.
Oh, incredible.
Incredible, because I've done a few things. It's not just the supplements. When you scan yourself and you know you've got low carotenoid levels, you start looking at your health in totality. You start
You
looking
do.
at your lifestyle, your
Yeah.
sleep, your exposure to pollutants, your stress levels. A whole, I've done what we call the biohack. I've made small changes to my lifestyle, and I've taken the supplements, which has given me such a great benefit.
Oh, amazing. What a great story. I know exactly what you mean. It makes a difference. And I know you think, is this a placebo? And then you measure your score and you see that it's changing and you know that you're sleeping better, feeling better,
Yeah.
having more energy. You're not getting sick as often. And if you do get sick, you're recovering really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Mhm.
Okay, well, this is all so exciting.
It
Let's
is.
talk about India.
I know, I'm so excited.
I
I
know,
so
I know. It's fabulous. So we've got the background now of what New Skin is all about and what we have to offer. And now let's talk about the enormous opportunity that India presents. So India is the world's largest remaining market that we are not currently doing business in. And this wasn't an overnight decision for New Skin. It's been in the works for many, many years. Has been incredibly well thought out and it is going to be our biggest market yet.
yeah.
There's always a huge amount of excitement when a new market opens. So,
Mhm.
to give you some ideas, when we opened in Thailand, there were literally queues going around the city block of people wanting to sign up with the business. And when we opened in South Korea 20 years ago, we turned over more than 100 million US dollars in the first 12 months. And
Incredible.
yeah, yeah. And when you think of it, 20 years ago, and the population you can see on the screen there, India's population is actually 30 times the size of
Mhm.
South Korea. And the other thing that is exciting right now for people of Indian descent is because um, only people of Indian descent are able to work and grow a new skin business in India. And Alfeen's going to tell us a little bit more about that later on, but it represents a massive advantage. And we're not talking about just selling a few products, a few skincare products or
Yeah.
supplements or devices to people in India. We're talking about a business that is going to be absolutely huge and we are going to share why that is. So, the first thing is there's a lot of people in India. I'm sure you guys all know that. There's staggering potential. So, it's about 50 times the size of our Australian population. And the other thing from a business perspective that's exciting is that 65% of the population is under the age of 35. So it's a young, ambitious, aspirational population. And within that, there are 910 million millennials and Gen Z. So these groups, particularly the millennials, are the prime earning and spending group. Again, they're young, they're energetic, they're looking for opportunity, they're passionate about self care, they're passionate about wellness, they're passionate about independence. And middle class, the reason that the middle class number is important is that they are increasingly health conscious. And not only do they have the desire, but they also have the resources to invest in products that help them to look and feel their best. The other thing is that Indian people are very well connected online. They are one of the most digitally savvy markets in the world. And, I'm in talking to a lot of Indian people in my community. The power of social media is just incredible. So there's over 1 billion Indian people online, in India, I mean, more around the world. And nearly 500 million of them are on social media apps. And I know, like, I don't know, Alfeen, if you're the same, but most of the Indian people I talk to are on WhatsApp. You
Yeah.
know, they're connecting on WhatsApp, they're building businesses through WhatsApp, they're creating interest and social groups through WhatsApp. And our business can all be managed through a mobile phone. So what it means is you can connect with huge audiences really quickly. And for anyone who's looking to build a new skin business, it's fabulous because these platforms that people are already using every single day are exactly where they can connect with potential customers, potential business builders, share products, and grow teams. And I love that we can literally build our business from our phone.
Yeah, it's you pay the local newspaper delivery boy on your phone. There's Google Pay in India.
Oh,
There's
wow.
multiple pay options, but everything's done on your phone. The way India has marched forward digitally, it is unbelievable. You've got apps for not just delivery of food or your groceries. There's apps to pick up stuff from places that you've forgotten. So if you've left something at your friend's place, you go onto an app and someone will pick up things for you and deliver it to your home. Like
Oh,
it,
my goodness.
everybody lives on their phone. I don't know about the figures you have there, Susan.
Mm,
LinkedIn, another huge platform in India.
yes,
Huge.
yes.
Yeah, everyone's so globally and so digitally savvy. It is the India I left in 2003 is not the India that I go to now
Mm,
every 3 months. It is
mm,
very different country, and I'm amazed to see the way the country has progressed. And I'm actually very proud to say that it has
yes.
done so well in the last couple of decades, I would say. Mm,
Oh, yeah, I think it's absolutely phenomenal. And, when we're talking about the numbers,
mm,
50% of 1.4 billion is is a lot of people. So is
yeah,
1% of 1.4 billion people.
yeah,
It's we're
a lot
talking
of
about a lot
people.
of people.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely exciting times.
yeah,
Now, in terms of what we do, so we work in direct sales, and direct sales is all about connecting customers with the products that we have. That's
mm,
how we earn money, and also connecting people who are entrepreneurial and wanting to build a business, who want to share the products with our company as well. So direct sales is booming in in
in
India.
India. Yeah,
Wellness products, as you can see, make up 74% of their sales. Beauty is another 17%. 9% of other things. So it aligns perfectly with what we do at New Skin because we're all about wellness and we're all about beauty.
beauty. Yeah,
We were saying before the middle class are increasingly health conscious. And they have the disposable income to invest in these products. So there's a lot of people, a lot of potential customers for us. And right now, there's over 12 million distributors in India, and it is growing rapidly.
yeah,
And that ratio there I find really interesting of one female to every three males working in the industry. I think that's going to
that's going
change.
to
What do you
change.
think, Alfine?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, yeah, we might equalize it, or it might actually flip. You never know.
Yeah, you never know
Definitely
because I
equalize
think,
it. Yeah, we'll
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
make it an equal ratio. Yeah,
I mean, it's just a business like New Skin is just wonderful for, I mean, both men and women. It's just,
yeah,
it's so flexible. Now, the next thing is just to give you an idea of what's happening in the market with other direct sales companies. These figures are from 2023. We don't have the most up-to-date published figures from last year, but we kind of know what they are. So, probably our main competitor here in this space is Herbalife. So, Herbalife do supplements. And we do, as we were saying, both wellness and beauty. So Herbalife turned over almost $800 million in 2023. And I know because I was looking at the figures that it was over $1 billion in
last year.
2024. So they had about a 50% growth, which is massive. So what is great in terms of New Skin, it means that we are stepping into a proven market, a thriving market,
Yeah,
but our brand and our product range is unique. It is unlike anything there that is currently available. We're going to talk about, the fact that we can measure the effectiveness of our wellness products, that gives us a massive competitive edge in the market. And, and here we go. So think globally, but build locally. So at the moment, the big advantage for Indian people is that it's only Indian people who are allowed to build a business in a new skin business in India. And I love that because it's the Indian government is looking after its people and they're making sure that the money stays in India. And I just wanted to give you just a bit of a story about when we opened in South Korea 20 years ago. It was a sort of a similar situation. So we couldn't like build in South Korea straight away. We had to build in the countries we were currently open in before we launched. So this with South Korea, there was a young guy in Sydney. His name is Daniel Kim. So he was a student, and well, he was supposed to be a student. His parents thought he was studying, but he was actually having a great time partying, and he was just driving a cab to earn some extra cash. And he somehow heard about the new skin opportunity, just like I'm sharing here tonight with Dr. Alfeen with you guys. And he decided, you know what, I'm excited about this. I'm gonna jump in and give it a go. And well, the rest is history. But the story is that Daniel Kim built such a massive business that within 5 years of South Korea opening, he had made over 20 million US dollars in
Yep.
commission. Yeah, pretty crazy. So I just hope that that's not going to happen for everyone, obviously. It depends what time and energy and effort you put in. But I hope it helps you guys to see just how big this opportunity actually is. South Korea is tiny compared to India. India's 30 times larger. Now, I feel like my internet's dropped out on my other screen.
Has, yes, it's
It's gone
it's
black.
gone
Let's see if
black.
it comes back. I'll try to refresh it.
Oh,
Can,
yeah.
can you sort of see it now?
We can
Yes,
see it.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again. I told you I was worried this would happen, Simi.
Yeah, you were right.
Probably someone's live streaming something downstairs. There's 4 young adults in this house, everyone, for those of you who didn't know.
Oh.
So there's a lot of internet usage. So
I need
let's
to get off.
yeah, I did tell them, but it doesn't always translate. All right, I'll just keep clicking through. Just bear with me. Hopefully we don't have the screen of death for too long.
So the opportunity for India means that, yeah, anyone, if you're of Indian origin, if you've got an OCI or an overseas citizen of India visa from the government, which is what you get if you have an Australian citizenship, it's you are eligible to open in India. How amazing is that? Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry. Can you guys see
Yeah, this is the one.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, yes, fantastic opportunity. So, Dr. Alfeen, can I go over to you for you to chat about a couple of the trends that are going on in India at the moment?
Yeah, sure. So if you
Oh, sorry.
no, that's okay.
Okay.
So the last research I looked at, it said that 74% of Indians believe that they need supplements. 68% of Indians are actually on some form of supplements or the other, out of which 25 to 30% of them actually just buy supplements off the from the internet. So A, there's no regulation. Two, there's no supervise yeah, no supervision, no expertise, nothing. They just see a supplement and they're purchasing it. But the main thing is we are not introducing something to India that is not available. We are giving them better choices, better quality, and most of all, we're giving them something that has been well researched and researched for the local market. So if you look at the deficiencies that India has, and I was looking at another slide today, we have a lot of deficiency. And when I say we, that's in India. There's a lot of deficiency of folic acid, riboflavin, niacin, and iron. So what New Skin has done is they have identified the deficiency or the lacking in the diet in India and have made supplements that are actually going to be catering to that local market because they do the same in every country. Australia has got a different nutritional need and therefore a different nutritional supplement. America, completely different. So India is the same. India's nutritional needs are different and therefore the supplements are sourced locally, produced locally, and distributed locally. So it's all going to be based in India, which is so exciting. The other thing about the wellness trends I was looking at is I saw a study done by a company called Kantar, which is a global marketing and data analysis company. And they actually said there's been a 39% increase in the level of online searches for beauty and wellness in India. So people are searching, people want to know, the Indians want to know what is the best way to lose weight? What can they do to improve their skin texture? What is a science-based option? What is a nature and science-based option? So they looked at all of these data and said India is set on to move on to go on to another level in the next 2 to 3 years. And I think we at New Skin, we are absolutely placed at the right time in the right place to take the business of health and wellness to another level.
Fantastic. Thank you. And thank you for sharing as my internet is really not happy with me tonight.
That's okay. We've done that.
Yeah, well, we keep on going.
Yeah.
So yes, we've got the beauty trends happening in India as well. So what we have decided to do is introduce a very focused portfolio of products into the marketplace. So throughout the world, we have got a lot of different products, but whenever we enter a new market, we need to make sure that we are introducing products that are relevant to that market, like
Yeah.
Dr. Alfeen was talking about. So in terms of the products, I won't go into a lot of detail, but we've got a number of different ranges and different price tiers. And in terms of the pricing, the Indian consumer we found through our research is very value driven. They're happy to pay the price for premium products. They're really aware now of what they're putting on their skin and what they're putting into their bodies. And so it's important to them to be using high quality products. So we've got a premium, what we call a luxury range, and we believe that we can really penetrate that market. We've got our prestige range. We've got a salon range. So we've come up with a specific range to introduce into salons. And in the research that was done, we found that, this is not typical for Australia. And Dr. Alfeen will be able to share with us, but, in India, people go to the salon as a habit. It's weekly or every 2 weeks or once a month. And it's just something they do for their skin, and their well-being. So have you come across that, Alfeen?
Yeah, it's I've got close family and friends who do that. That's their way to self-care. It's
Yes,
it's a
yes,
very
yeah.
cultural thing. You do that once a week or like you said, twice a month. But it's a
Mm.
very common phenomenon. You go to the salon, you get a body spa, you get a hair spa done, you get your manicure, pedicure. And it's done regularly. Like there's no one blinks an eye to spend all that money. Yeah,
Yeah,
on
really
a weekly,
interesting.
monthly basis. Yes. So the South
Yeah.
brand, yeah, that branding would be amazing. Yes.
Yeah, so there's the opportunity for business builders to, we can sell direct to the consumer, but we can also build relationships with these salons and sell
Yeah.
products into the salons and help them to set up, a situation where they can connect their customers with the products as well. So these are the Pharmanex products, and we won't go through the skincare ones, but Alfeen, I think you did. I
I
was
touched
busy
upon
clicking
it. Yeah.
around, but yeah, you have touched on this. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about the Prism?
Yeah, the Prism's amazing technology. In 15 seconds, you're actually going to measure the number of carotenoids in your body, and it's non-invasive. So you just place your finger in the center of the prism, and it'll tell you the level of your carotenoids. And Right now, we have the S3 scanner, which I'm using at the minute, but with the Prism, 15 seconds, that's all it takes to see if you have enough of carotenoids. So if you're on supplements, you can actually measure your inner health. You can actually check to see if your supplements are working and not just pick something off the shelves from a supermarket or buy something online and then worry about risk of toxicity, risk of the dosage, risk of interactions.
Mm,
What New Skin does so well is how they organize complex. Um, there's a complex way of putting in ingredients in a way that they actually work cohesively and synergistically rather than just put something on there and it's there. They're not listing out a list of products that needs to be there because it has to be there, but
mm,
every ingredient is thought of and it works well in a scientific manner. And I find that very, very interesting.
mm,
The other thing they have is the marine omega, which is so good because generally Indians do have a lack of omega-3 fatty acids, which is really interesting because there's a lot of cognitive decline in the elderly. And also it impacts a deficiency of the omega-3 influences children's brain health and development as
mm.
they're younger. So bringing in a marine omega product, amazing. It is going to just change the way cardiac diseases develop in adults. India has 50% of actually 60% of the world's cardiac illness is from India.
Wow.
40% of strokes that happen globally is from the southeast part of the world, Southeast Asia. 50% of Indian men under the age of 40 have heart attacks. I think it's 50 or 40%. But yeah, the risks are huge. And there's a lot of research pointing towards a lack of omega-3. And so New Skin bringing this product in a very simplified form. And actually then you're able to check your levels in a couple of months and to see if they're being absorbed. That I think is the game changer. So you're not
Mm,
just a company that is going in with some products to sell, but you're
mm,
actually selling health, actually
yeah.
promoting health in the country. And that is so much, and that is what, yeah, I think touched my heart. I thought
Yes.
yeah, that is the way to serve, where you look
Mm,
at what is needed and you do something about it rather than
mm.
just look at it as a purely business initiative.
Yes, and we can measure that it makes a
Yeah,
difference, which is
makes so much of a difference. Yeah.
absolutely incredible. So you mentioned before, Alfeen, that only Indian people are eligible to enter the Indian market, which is a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of a window of opportunity now where
Mm,
we're doing a pre-launch on the 1st of November. So
yes.
this pre-launch period, people who qualify at a particular level before the 1st of November have got exclusive access to building and selling our products in India for a period of 6 months. And that is, again, a huge advantage. And do you want to share with us about this, Alfeen?
This is one of my favorites. When you talk about something new, the innovators bring in the new products, isn't it? They're the ones who can see what is not seen. They're the ones who can bring in new changes. The early adopters are the ones who are not the innovators, but they are open to new ideas and are keen and interested in anything that's new and are open to accept it and adapt and move on. The early majority of people will probably be a little bit slower than the early adopters, but again, they're open to, something new, happy to try it. The late majority would wait for a while. They're the skeptics, would want to test the waters before you take something on. And the laggards are the ones who love tradition, who do not want to change, who will continue to do what they are comfortable with, and will continue to look with skepticism and cynicism to anything that's new. So
Yeah.
when we're introducing something new to the Indian market or even here, I have come across so many people across this whole spectrum. And every time I see someone who just looks at me with cynicism and continues to be with cynicism, I just look at them and say, you know what? It really doesn't matter. And Karen has been amazing at helping me identify people and who I should spend my time with and
Mm.
talk about it because I'm so passionate about it. Sometimes I get carried away. And it's the same for each of us who's, I mean, all of you listening to this call. If you're passionate about introducing change and you want to see a change in your community, if you're from India, you want to do that for back home, your family, your friends are there, and you want to help improve their health outcomes, this is an amazing opportunity and also one where you can earn out of it. It's not just you spending all this time and it's not going to be repaid. The company does very well in compensating individuals who are working for them. And it's been around for 40 years. I wouldn't worry about the authenticity, the integrity, and the way they run the business. I have been with the company. I have used the products, and I am so excited to adopt and to jump in and be part of this global phenomenon.
Oh, me too. I agree. So let's talk about how we earn money. So what we do is we connect customers with our product. So we build a distribution network. We share with people about these amazing products, and we can also refer people to join the business if they want to be part of the team as well. So there's a few different steps here. You can see at the beginning, we all start in exactly the same way, and I love it. It's a level playing field, and your growth is determined by the time and the energy that you put in. You know, it does require perhaps developing some new skills. It does require effort. It does require jumping over some hurdles now and again, but you know, it also comes with enormous reward, an amazing community, and an amazing supportive community that helps you along the way. So the first step, everybody joins, as I said, as a brand affiliate, and then they can, if they want to, they can move up to a level, which is sort of like the first main level in the business, which is called a brand rep. And for Indian people who are wanting to be part of our pre-launch in India from the 1st of November, this is the level that you need to achieve. It's you know, I would say it's not difficult. You need to work with the person who has invited you onto this call, and they will be able to show you the exact steps to follow in order to achieve that level. And then some people want to build even further and move into these leadership roles, where you're leading and empowering a team of brand reps. So your brand reps are your people who've all got a thriving new skin business. They've got customers, they've got a team, and then your leaders are the people who have a group of brand reps who they are working with. So the income is actually quite incredible. So New Skin pays back to distributors 40% of their revenue. And I can't remember if I said before, but we are expecting to turn over more than 100 million US dollars in our first year in India. And that is a very, very conservative estimate, given that we did that in South Korea 20 years ago with a population that is 1/30th the size of the population of India. And so that's just kind of to put it into perspective. So if that 40% is going back to distributors, that's 40 million US dollars that is going to be paid back to people like us, Indian people. That's about 65 million Australian dollars. You know, this is a really big deal. And you know, just to show you, to give you sort of the bigger picture and to show you what's possible, this is our performance plan. So as I said, everyone starts as a brand affiliate. And then if you are building a new skin business, you'll move to that level of brand rep. These are our average incomes. And Alfeen and I were talking about it earlier. But these are actually the monthly incomes in US dollars. So these are not the yearly incomes. Obviously, the yearly incomes are a lot more significant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we can do is we can, as we grow ourselves and as we grow our teams and we grow our customer bases and we help other people to grow their own business, we can progress through our performance plan and move through all of those different levels. So yeah, absolutely incredible. As I said, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes commitment, it takes passion, it takes an entrepreneurial soul, but it is possible. There are hundreds of thousands of people who have paved the way before us. So I figure if one person can do it, I can do it. But if thousands of people can do it, I can definitely do it. So what do you do? What are the next steps? Alfeen, what do you think?
So you're on this call and you're new to New Skin. Speak to the person who's invited you to this call. Have a chat about what you can do. Sign up. Use the product. You've got a couple of months. Use the products. We are not sitting here and selling you something. We are actually talking about a service to a lifestyle. And you are going to benefit so hugely by taking that step. So you've got to ask yourself first, are you the innovator? No, you're not, because someone else has done all that hard work and innovation for you. Are you an early adopter? Are you going to jump in and see what potential it has? Or are you going to just wait in the sidelines and clap when someone else does what they're doing? So, yeah, speak to
Well,
the person who invites
yes,
you.
yes, thank you so much. I'm all about clapping people on, but I also like to be at the head
Yeah.
of the pack.
Yeah, we've got the opportunity. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's
So
going to happen. If it's not us, someone else will.
that's right. It's going to happen with or without us. So, you know what? You may as well be a part of it. That's what I think anyway. And that's
Yeah.
why we're here, stepping
Yes.
outside our comfort zone a little
Oh,
bit
yes.
and sharing. So that is the end of our call. Thank you so much. Beautiful,
Pleasure.
Dr. Alveen, for
Thank you
joining
so
us and
much.
sharing your wisdom.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky to have you, and thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We could probably stop the recording now, Sim. Thank